Krystian Bielik has officially joined West Bromwich Albion on a permanent move for an undisclosed fee. In a statement, the Blues have officially announced Bielik's departure to our West Midlands rivals, saying Birmingham City can confirm that Krystian Bielik has completed a transfer to West Bromwich Albion for an undisclosed fee subject to clearance. Bielik is 27 years old and was our captain at the start of last season, making 39 appearances last season and helping us in our record-breaking season. He's had two spells with us before, one in the 2016-17 season under Gianfranco Zola, and then when we signed him from Derby County in 2022, where he made 37 appearances that season and then also went to the World Cup with Poland. Across his two spells at the club, he's made 125 appearances and scored twice for the Blues, his first ever goal being against the Baggies in a 2-0 win over them in 2023. So yeah, this is a little bit different to some of the transfer rumours. This one's obviously confirmed and it's a departure. And I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit annoyed about this one, not just because I like Bielik himself, but also the fact that we've sold him to them lot, you know what I mean? I thought Bielik maybe still had a place in the team, but maybe last night was kind of the writing on the wall for it. You know, Cashin played really well, actually. And obviously with Neumann and Clara now, you know, those sort of centre-back roles are filled up. Then you look at the midfield and you've got Paik, Iwata and Tommy Doyle. So I understood that he might be going, and I kind of expected it for a while, you know. I just couldn't work out where he was going to fit in. And yeah, it's happened tonight, but I'm just annoyed that we've sold him to the Baggies, really. Because obviously money is a big player in this and everything, but still, to sell him to one of your closest rivals feels a little bit shit, really. Look, I really liked Bielik when he first arrived. You know, he was a touch of class, has such good control on the ball and was absolutely what we needed. And he's been through some bloody hard times with us, you know. He was one of those players who, in that John Eustace team, I was like, thank God we've got you. Because he honestly was perfect for us at that time, you know. We're in such disarray with loads of on-loan players and everything, and he was one of those players who we got back in. I think he was on a loan at that point, and then we confirmed it the season after. He's been a fantastic servant for us, you know, and I feel like the fact that we made him captain last season, you know, said where he was, and, you know, it was the perfect fit for it at the time. But football's unpredictable like that sometimes, so it's just the way that things go, unfortunately. It's just to them lot. Do you know what I mean? I don't like it. I don't like the idea of having to look at him in a baggy shirt. Somewhere else would have been perfect. And obviously it's undisclosed because football kind of works like that nowadays. You sort of base it off performance rates and how much they'll pay the club and everything. So yeah, we'll never entirely find out how much we will get back for him, but not like that's a problem at the moment, but it's still kind of the value of it, you know. It would have been nice to have seen that how much we would get for him. But yeah, let's have a quick look on Twitter then, gauge some of the reaction from this. Nathan here says, you are fucking ace, mate, and this is a sad day. Fantastic captain, fantastic player. Yeah, it's just who's going to be captain now? Well, it's probably going to be Clara, isn't it? Because obviously you can't make Bielik captain when he never played last season. Yeah, I think it was Clara anyway for most of last season. It will be this season as well. Bielik's right, the league is shite. Stuck by us when it would have been easier to have left. Led the team to a points record. Rattled the entire country by telling the truth. Like Alfie will be remembered for those years who were there. Yeah, 100%. Honestly, that's a good point, actually, now that you said that. I was watching back a few of my old vlogs from a couple of seasons ago under that John Eustace season. And I was watching back the Bristol City game when we won 3-0. And it was a great day as well, you know. Trusty scores and Sanderson gets one as well. And Bielik has a shot from the edge of the box. It just goes wide. Shit. Oh!
He's out the back, so that's not far away. Safe. Kind of took the roof off, we just scored that one. No way, that was perfect. Brilliant.
But I remember at the end of that game, he was sort of rattling the Bristol City players and really getting on their nerves. It's brilliant, honestly. I love players like that. Matt Chance says, first one to stay and try to make up for relegation. Could tell how much it meant to him. A player that always gave 110%. Not only that, but a quality player. All the best, Bielik, keep right on. Will always be a cult hero. One of the few not to hide when we went down to League One. Shown great attitude. Never sulked about playing and was always positive. Good luck to him. This one hurts. Thank you, Captain, for everything. It really fucking does, actually. I'm really quite annoyed about it. I've been working for most of today as well, so I switched on my phone just to see if there's anything happening. And yeah, something did happen, to be fair. Proper leader, stuck with us through hard times. Wish him all the best. Good luck, Krystian. Top player for us. You will be missed around here. Go well, Polish Prince. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, I'll probably keep this one short then, because there's not much else to say, really. I imagine he'll do pretty well for the Baggies, rather annoyingly. But yeah, he's a quality player, and, you know, I feel like for teams like West Brom who are really looking for some proper quality, he'll bring that to them, because he's just been working under Chris Davis as well, so that ain't going to wear off of him anytime soon, because he's a hard-working man anyway. And to get called up to the Poland team back in 2022, I mean, he played Argentina, he tackles Lionel Messi at one point. The guy works hard, he knows the definition of it, he's a grafter, and he's a very good quality player. So I think he is going to do well for the Baggies this season. I think they're really going to need him this season because I think they did well against Blackburn to win, and obviously they got knocked out of the cup against Derby. Yeah, they could just do with that quality, really. And I think Bielik will definitely bring that to them, really. But yeah, a bit of an annoying one to say the least. I'm not particularly pleased about it. I would have liked to have kept hold of him if that was going to be the case. But football's how football is sometimes, and as we well know by now, Chris Davis is pretty cutthroat when it comes to these decisions. He doesn't really have time for any sympathy. He thanks players for everything they do, and you can't deny that Alfie May and Krystian Bielik have been fantastic servants for us. They've done the job that they were brought in to do. And now we've moved on, unfortunately, so we can't really... It's weird, I was thinking about this the other day, actually, because obviously Duke is such a cult hero for us, you know, doing like God's work and keeping us up in that all those years have been terrible. And now these type of players are leaving, you know, kind of in the less sort of empathetic way, if that makes sense. But I think we're just going to have to get used to that over the years. You know, we are going to get players that we bring in, we fall in love with them and they get really good and they have a great connection, but then they just can't keep up, you know, with the quality that's coming in behind them, because you just can't replace, you can't fit Bielik into a back five or anything like that, you know, because the players that we've got now, like Clara's absolutely brilliant, Neumann is just scary, and even Cashin, like, he played last night and was really good, you know, really solid at the back. So yeah, unfortunately Bielik has had to make way, but again, just the fucking Baggies, that's really annoyed me, that is. But yeah, let us know what you think to this in the comments down below. Also, if you haven't voted for us in the Football Content Awards, I believe the nominations are still open, but only for a few hours, so if you haven't already, then you must go and do it now. I am telling you, this is not an ask. Krystian Bielik's just gone to the Baggies. I'm not feeling very good. But yeah, the link will be in the description to the video, and then that'll show you how to vote. But yeah, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Blues news. The vlog will be back on Saturday. We're hopefully going to get a podcast out in between that time soon. Obviously, with it being a Wednesday night game last night, it was a bit difficult to try and work out when to fit everything in, but fingers crossed we'll have a bit more content out before the Blackburn game. Like and subscribe, and keep right on.